Hi, this is Charlie giving you Friday's live trading. I hope you're very well. It's only 7:35 at the moment, so nice and early. It's non-farm payrolls day, so we'll see what happens today. Although non-farm payrolls themselves, they're not the big market mover that they once were. They always have the potential to be, but they haven't been in recent months. But it is non-farm payrolls day nevertheless. Now, in months and years gone by, very often on a non-farm payrolls day, you wouldn't necessarily trade in the morning, but I don't think it's quite the same today. Having said that, I'm not seeing too much just yet, so I'm just having a whiz through these markets. Then we'll come back to it. I'll press pause for now. Resume. Right. Okay. So I'm going to be buying here, buying on the breakout here this morning on the euro dollar. So that's at 60. I'm going to get another deal ticket ready, and then I'm going to have a stop down at. This is pretty speculative this morning if I can get in. So I'll get my positions in, and the stop's going to be down there at 44, just at the low of this candle, and we're just going to see if we have a run. So let's just get my positions over. So I've just taken those two positions here. You've got to ignore all my other open positions. Yes, there's a lot of profit there at the moment. That's because I'm in swings. What we're all about here is these two positions I've just put in. So let me just get the stops in. So at 44, 121.44. 121.44. Okay, so I've literally just gone in there as it's breaking out. I don't know if I've quite got my position size correct yet. I was literally doing it on the fly as just before I was coming on the mic. So I think I need to put another quarter in. I say a quarter, another half size if it just pulls back a little bit there for me. So I think about 250,000 is probably more right. So if we pull back to about 60, then I'll do that. Now, this may not go. This may just be a bit of noise here this morning, and it may not go. But I was just talking to the guys. I'm on the mic here with a number of our traders, and this could just be a bit of noise here, and then it just comes over. But either way, if we come down this morning and then break these lows, I'm not going to be rushing in to get on the short side. What I'll probably do at some point, if it then hooks back up, then I'll take another long. So I'm willing to take the loss on this current trade, but sometimes you have to think, okay, right, this might go. It's possible that this just goes from here, but if it doesn't, I've got a plan B for later. So let's see if I can get this extra, because I don't think I've quite got the full position size in there at the moment. So about so if I go in at 60, yeah, I'm undercooked at the moment. So let's see if I can get another position in, and then is it gonna? I don't even know if that's quite right. I'm gonna guesstimate it about there. Let's see if I can get this in, and bear with me 2 seconds. I'm going to press pause for a. Right, okay, so just still waiting here and see if I can get this next part of the trade in. I split my deal tickets up because that enables me to take partial profits as well. If it's going to be a profitable trade, then I can then split my exits. That's the whole point of why I do it this way rather than just put a single deal ticket in. Okay, so let's see if I can just get this last one in. And now the dog's barking because Rachel just walked out the house. This is all normal behaviour in our house. So I think I might have to just press pause on the recording whilst we're waiting here. Okay, if it runs away from me here and it doesn't allow me to get that extra unit in there at about 60, then 61, isn't it? Then I have to accept that. That's the reality of trading sometimes when you're trying to put multiple units in. By the time I get the next unit, oh sorry, I've just realised. I'm doing the recording here, but my screen's a lot bigger. The recording screen is here, isn't it? I don't. Hopefully, the other two tickets that I've put in, you saw. Well, you saw me bring the overall bar up anyway with all the positions in. But I'm forgetting that my screen's a lot bigger. I'm only recording this white screen for you guys that are watching this on YouTube and whatnot. So, yeah, if we can do a little bit of a pullback, then I'll get that final portion in. If we don't, then it's my miss because I've been, it was all a bit of a rush as it turned out in the end there. So let me just pull this off the screen so I can actually see my charts. If we break, I was saying to the guys that if we do break and we get up, what am I going to be looking for? the scope is there to go to 122 today. The scope is there to go to 122. The average true range today, the average range is 73 pips. The low of today was around about 121.40, let's call it, which means that 60 pips up from there would be 122, and yet the ATR, the average true range, is at 120, would take us to 122.10, but I'd be happy enough with 122. So if it got to 122, being the next big round number, so that will be the upside sort of target zone. I can always then try and do some stuff as and when, and if it does get up there. It might take all day to get up there, by the way, even if it is going to go up there from here. So I've still got my plan B there. This might just be a little bit of a morning flurry. It's only 20 past 8, and the plan B is if this rolls over and stops me out, then I shall regroup and then look for that next long later in the day. I still think this has got that scope there. The momentum going out to the daily charts, the price momentum is still very much to the long side, and so but of course at some point the market will retrace. Of course it will, but I know there's a lot of pain out there at the moment from retail traders who are all short, so they've been net short since about May, and so we'll see if it has got that scope to have that bit more of a run up there. So but we always have to be mindful of there will be retracements, there will be pullbacks, no doubt. At some point there will be, of course, but for now we've been closing on the outside of my bands and on the daily charts here, so still very telling me that the overall price momentum is very strong. Right, let's take this back down to the lower time frames again, because I might get that opportunity to get this final unit in, looking like that's going to happen. So let's see if I can get this last one in. So just looking for a little bit. What are my other entries? Oh, my other entries were at 61.8 and 61.2. So okay, so into the 61s. Okay, I'll press pause while we're waiting. There we go. Literally as I clicked it went back to 62. But that'll do. So okay, so I've got my other unit in. So it's about right, I think. I might be slightly undercooked, but it's all been calculated quite quickly here, because I saw it flying up and thought, we'll buy the breakout. So I don't mind buying breakouts if it's, well, we'll explain in a minute. So let's just put this stop loss in, 121.44. Now, for our members who are here, if my stops are at 44, that means your stop should be at 43. Saxo Bank, who I use, they won't stop me until the ask price goes through 44, not the bid. So if any one of our members who are here today are following me on this, you must have your stop at 43. Okay, so anyway, that's that. Let's drag that off, and it's now pulled back anyway. So right, okay, so it's just a case of seeing where we're going to go. Yeah, so I said buy the breakout. It's just a single peak break, isn't it? So if I take this back to maybe a 15-minute chart, see what we're looking at here. That's what it's done. It's had these highs here, and as we started breaking that, then I've gone in. So like I've said, don't mind paying up, don't mind taking a loss there. If I get stopped out, then I can then just be waiting for that plan B, which is to wait and see if it takes these lows out, and then if it then starts coming back up a bit later, then I'll get in possibly from a slightly lower position as well. So my risk reward is likely to be better at that point. So that's where we're at. I'll press pause. We'll see how we get on. Okay, just back, and we see the euro's having a bit of a run now. It's now 10 to 11. So if I look at the smaller time frame, and we're going to do some trade management now, so we need to actually put some orders in and stuff. So that's the 5-minute chart. So it's been a bit sloppy and choppy, overlappy throughout here. Not very clean on the 5-minute today, as you can see, throughout all of this morning. So yeah, we'll see how we go. But what I'm going to do is we're going to put some orders in. If I can get my thing across, there we go. So it's these 3 positions. I'm not going to adjust the stop losses just yet. We may well adjust them, but what we're actually going to do is I want to put the target orders in, because I will be taking a break at some point. I'm going to have a workout. So I don't expect the euro to fly there, but it is always possible during my workout. So on these two positions, we've got the three positions this morning at 61, 61.8, 61.2, and just over 62. So on the first two units, the 200,000s, we've got 260 in total. I'm going to put those orders in now for 122. Okay, so the take profit at 122.00. Right from that analysis that we talked about this morning. So, and let's put this one in at 1. We still don't know if it's going to go there. There's so much going to happen yet today. I'm going to leave the final one portion because I might try and do some manual management of that and see if we can squeeze a few extra pips or whatever if it gets up there to 122. But if it was to go to 122 whilst I was having a workout, then at least I've got those that will get hit. But it's still got a long way to go yet if it is going to go there. Now, stop management. This is the bugbear of my life really, and traders, and that so many traders like to move their stops up to break even too soon. Now there obviously are points where you want to move your stop. My stop is down below this bar here at the moment. I still feel like this is one of those, there will be a point where I'll move the stop up, but we probably need to be well into the 121.80s and closing strong before and then I'd probably move the stop up maybe towards this low. So the stop is down at 44, so I'd then be moving it into the low 50s. But it's not quite there yet. So I still want to give it the room because it could still just want to chop around, go sideways. And if I move my stop to that low, it'll go sideways, stop me out, and then maybe still go higher. So I'd rather give my trade that little bit more room to breathe. So that's where we're at the moment. I'll press pause for now and we'll see what happens later. Okay, now it's, what time is it? It's 12:35. I've had my training session this morning, and we can see that it looks like Euro got up to, about 77 or something like that, and it's just sort of languishing here. And we've got some divergent behaviour starting to kick in, so it might roll over this afternoon. We've got the non-farm payrolls coming in, but that's not going to make me particularly... Non-farm payrolls aren't that volatile anyway. I'm not expecting huge volatility anyway, so I'm not too fussed about those, and I can't really justify doing much with this trade. If I start trailing my stop up, then it could still just bounce around and still go higher, so I can't really justify that. So just got to sit on the trade and see what happens really. But I've started to see some divergent behavior kicking in, so I'm aware of that. But it's one of those things. I'm not going to come out. I'm in a little bit of profit as it currently stands, but that's just not how I trade. I stay with the trade, stay with it. The daily chart, as I was going through this morning, the price momentum has been strong. We have not done anywhere close to its average daily ranges yet. Now that could reverse and then come to the downside and expand its range to the downside, of course. We shall have to see. But at the moment, this is where the price momentum has been. And so I'm staying. That's why I'm on that side, but I can at least acknowledge some sort of divergent behavior coming in on the hourly charts. But anyway, I'll press pause for now and we'll see what happens. Okay, just back, and I have now just been stopped on this euro. It's rolled over. We've had the non-farm payrolls. It wasn't volatile, but we have just come down now. So let me just show you the P&L. As always. So there's the three positions. There's where I've got stopped. There's the entries from this morning, and I don't know, 100, 200, 2, whatever that is. Yeah, that's about right. Looks about right on the P&L. So now the interesting thing is, it's one of those days, and I didn't want to go against the overall trend, but like I said earlier on, we've had some divergences. Is there a potential to short? There is. All my momentum is going to the downside, and we've got divergences in the background with the potential to still have a bit of a run based on the average true range. So I've got a position size here, so I'm just waiting for the 5-minute candle to close. I'm going to have to base the trades on the 5 minutes charts in order to get a tighter stop. I can't have a stop right at the highs. It's not worth it from a risk reward perspective. So let's go down to the 5-minute chart. Nice candle here at the moment. So I'm going to be looking for a pullback somewhere to around about well, it depends on where it's going to close here. We've got just under a minute to go. Potentially to about 45 with a stop up towards 65. Maybe not quite that much, but yeah. So maybe 20 pips. Okay, so I'm going to give it a go with on the short side. So as it's turned out, so I've got divergences in the background. We still haven't done the daily range. In order for it to do its daily range, see if I can get a ticket to come up. In order for it to do its daily range, it would need to let's get a ticket up from this morning. Get another, put that back up. In order for it to do its daily range, that would take it down to just a bit above 121. Now, either I'm going to get chopped up here, and this euro dollar is about to go all the way up back up to its highs again, or not. But anyway, tickets are ready, so getting ready to short. Yeah, around about 44 ideally, as it looks, and with about a 20 pip stop, so somewhere up here. Just out of the way, out above some of my moving averages there, so that's what I'll do. So that works. So just a little bit of a bounce there, and I'll get the other entry in off the screen. I'm not going to try and drag one over because I'll just miss out again potentially if it moves quick. So if I can get an entry in somewhere in the low 40s, then I'll do it. It could go without me. If it goes without me here, then I'll have to just wait and be patient and see if it then maybe goes lower and then does a retrace. So if it does that, then I've just got to wait. But let's see. The scope is there today for the euro dollar to still expand its range to at least its average range. It doesn't have to, as I always say. It's not a guarantee that a market has to do its average range every day. But anyway, let's see if we can. There's other stuff going on that could help it come down. So it looks like it's about just over 2 lots. Actually, I'll put that to 110 and just do it that way. I think, yeah, that's right. So it's a slightly smaller position size because it's a slightly bigger stop this time. So it's a slightly smaller position size. I'll press pause while I'm waiting. Okay, I've got all my time frames up now. So we have come down. Hopefully it's not going to be a load of chop and get me stopped out on the short side as well, because I'm going to go for this with the divergences in the background. So nearly there. Let's my finger. I'm going to be putting 2 units of 110,000 in, so just over 1.1 lot. And so the momentum, which you can't quite see on my charts because it's cut off, is all to the downside. So I'm just waiting to see if we can get. Now I'm going to look for 40. Oh, that's typical. So I think while I'm talking there, it probably went there. But we'll see if we can get around about 40 for the first one. Then I'll bring the second till ticket up and see what we can get there. Now I've pressed record. It's hovering, so I might have to press pause. Oh, hold on. Is it going to give it to me? Sorry, one of our members has just said something. I've gone quiet now because I just realised I've still got the recording equipment going on because I'm focusing on seeing if we're going to get up into that 40 zone. There we go. Right, the first one's in. First, I've hit the first one. Now I'm just going to get another till ticket up and see if I can get that second entry in. Then I'll put the stop losses in. So see if I can get the second one in. There we go, 40.4, and it'll probably retrace more now. But I'm going to give it that 20 pips. Hopefully 20 pips is enough and I don't just get caught up in all of this. The momentum is rolling over, so we'll see if we can get down there. So let's bring up the doobie what's it as always, and then let's get these stop losses put in. So where's my entries gone? Oh, there they are, here. So let's get the stop losses in. So I've got in at 40, so I'm going to put my stops in at 121.60. Now it's gone up to 42. 1.216 and 1.216. So overall on here, I'm net long on swing trades. Obviously, you can see my overall P&L and stuff from swing trades, but of course, I'm day trading on this account as well, and so I've got my stop losses in. So I'd have loved to have seen it expand its daily range up to 122, but alas not. And now the momentum's down. It's just doing a bit of a bounce here. Ugh, but yeah, that's okay. So all the momentum's down, which is good, a good sign. And so and we've got divergences in the background. So let's see. The one thing that's going against it is that daily trend, as I've been saying right since this morning. The daily trend has been strong, but we shall see. I'll press pause for now. What we're going to be looking for is, if it does come down, is close to that 120 area. Close to, 121. Sorry. So down here, that would take the daily range down to increase its range down to around about 70 pips or so. Okay, just back, and the Euro's come firing back up, so it has stopped me out on that short now. So now I don't know what's going to happen here at the moment, whether it's still going to roll over today, but that's so these are the trades that I had here today, which have stopped me out. So it's about £700 I've lost there today on this account, but it's all relative. So it was. That's all within the risk parameters. So, and I always say to you when I'm making money or losing money, that I show this just for the transparency. I think that you really should, when you're trading, try and avoid looking at your P&L all the time. And yet I do this and always have done, because it's part of the show of what these videos are, is to show you, okay, is he making money this week or on this particular day, or is he not? And today is a definite not. Now, coming back to the euro, now the pound, as I speak, has broken some new highs. Let's have a quick look at the Aussie. I was watching all these markets. They were all coming off earlier after when the euro was coming off, but they've all just rebounded. So fine for some of my swings there on the euro, but not good for getting chopped today, unfortunately. So could it be that this is just a larger retrace and the euro still comes off? Yes, it could be. Still divergences in the background. That could happen, and but I'm not going to try it again now. It's just, what's the point in taking a third trade? If it comes off, fine, but I don't think it's worthwhile taking another trade, having been stopped on both the long and the short today. I think sometimes you have to just take a step back and say, do you know what? I've given it a try today. It's not my day, so I'll leave it for today. Take care for now. Give us a thumbs up on these videos, as always, if you do like our videos, and we shall be back in touch next week.